Good morning. We are doing page 271 and 273 in math today. And actually both pages are just general review. So most of it you're going to be doing on your own. I'm just wanted to write our area and perimeter formulas to make sure that you have it right there for you, because that's what a lot of it is going to be. Always remember to use the correct formula and then you can just go on from there. So let's go over our formulas again. Area, to find the area of a rectangle, our formula is A equals length times width. Our formula for the area of a square is A equals side squared. For a perimeter for a rectangle is 2 times length plus 2 times width. And then to find the perimeter of a square, we use P equals 4 times side. So those are our formulas for area and perimeter. Don't remember that anytime you find an area of something, it becomes squared. So if you have the length is 5 feet by the width is 5 feet, and you find the area, it's square feet at the end. Don't forget to do that. So let's go over general review. Your first is a class practice, writing the correct answers. That's measurements. You should be able to do that on your own. Find the areas of these scale drawings. So you have the drawings there. It gives you the width and the length. So you just use your formula and you're finding the area. So you go ahead and find the area for those three things, A, B, and C under 2. And then on number 3 it says find the perimeter for the scale drawings in exercise 2. So the same drawings under exercise 2, so A, B, and C, the rectangle, square, and rectangle. You find the area for them first and put the answer there. And then you go down to 3 and find the perimeter of those same things. So I didn't want you guys to be confused on that. So you're using the same problems as is in exercise 2, but you're using that for exercise 3, and you're going to find the perimeter as well. So go ahead and do that. And then number 4 is we have some story problems. So I'm going to go ahead and do one of those with you, because I know story problems is something I struggled with, so I wanted to help you out with that. So the Wilson family is planning an extended vacation this summer. The map they're using has the scale 1 inch equals 80 miles. So how many inches represent 2,160 miles? So we have 2,160 miles, and we want to know how many inches that is. We know that 1 inch equals 80 miles. So what we're going to do is write 2,160, and we know that each inch equals 80 miles. So if I want to know how many are in here, I'm going to divide this by 80. Okay? Now, I don't know if you've learned this in division. I believe you should have. You can, if you have a 0 at the end here and a 0 here, you can just cross them both off and then divide from there. That just makes it a little bit shorter. So let's go ahead and divide. Okay, 8 goes into 21. How many times? Let's try 2. With 5 left over. And 8 goes into 56. 7 times. And then you took off this 0, took off this 0. So your answer is, how many inches is it going to take to show 2,160 miles? It's going to take 27 inches. So that is the answer to your word problem there. So go ahead and do the second word problem, and then go on down to number 5 and divide and check. And just a reminder of dividing, you know how to divide, and you check your division by multiplying your divisor by your answer. So once you divide it all out and you have your answer, then you use your divisor and you multiply it by your answer, and you should get the same number as your dividend. Okay? So go ahead and do all of page 271. It's mostly reviews, so it's all things you should know. Use your formulas. Okay? I have it written right there. Write them down on your paper and then have them there as you do your formulas. On page 273 is more review. Most of it is finding the perimeter and areas. I'm not going to go over each one with you. You should already know how to do this on your own. I wrote the formulas for you. Use your formulas. So number 1 is find the perimeter and area for these rectangles. 2 is converting the temperatures. Okay, let me write your formula for that. If you're trying to find the Celsius, then your formula is C equals (5/9) times F minus 32. So if you have your Fahrenheit and you want to find what the Celsius is, that is your formula. If you have Celsius and you want to find the Fahrenheit, F equals 9/5 times C plus 32. So it's important not to get the two confused, okay? I wrote them right there for you. Write it down on your paper so that you have it in front of you when you start working these problems. So if it gives you the Fahrenheit and you want to find the Celsius, this is the formula you use. If it's giving you the Celsius and you need to find the Fahrenheit, this is the formula that you use, okay? So use your formulas, and if you do that, it's really, really simple. Just don't miss any steps. Don't try to rush through it. Don't skip anything. Go slowly and use your formula. Go on down, and then you're comparing. That should all be things you can do on your own, and then follow the signs. Under exercise 5, follow the signs. Don't assume they're all going to be the same. You have multiplication there. You have division, addition, subtraction. You have squared. So 8 squared, remember, anything squared, a number squared means times itself. It doesn't mean times 2, it means times itself. So if I have 4 squared, that doesn't mean 4 times 2, that means 4 times 4, okay? That is what squared means. Now here for finding the square root. This is the sign for square root. It looks a little bit like division, but not quite. And you're finding the square root of 16, you want to find what number times itself equals 16. Okay? So that is square root. So those are some of the new ones that you've learned. So make sure you're paying attention to the signs. Don't get in a rush. And just go ahead and do that step by step. Okay? So it's all review. If you have any questions, ask them. Ask your parents. Ask someone to help you out, an older sibling, if you don't understand it. Or you can go back and watch the videos that talked about that. So do all of page 271 and all of page 273, and that will be all for your math today. Bye-bye, guys.